do also have Ray Perrick with us today, and he will be able to answer any questions that you may have regarding policy or DCO questions. Other than that, today what we're primarily going to go through is navigating, showing you where to find the instructions for importing your invoices, and then we'll actually provide a short demonstration on importing the invoices as well. So with that, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to cover up the chat pod just for a little while, just so that I can get a better view of my computer screen. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my desktop, and I'm also going to increase the text size. Oh, I already did. So that it's easier for you to see the information. I'm going to unmute Ray here, just so that if you have any questions, he can answer you. Okay, so we're on. Everyone at this time should see my Illinois workNet screen. And you'll see on the splash page, we do have the icon here that says Y.E.S. Now this is, I just want to, as a refresher, this will take you to the individuals page and the businesses pages for that information. But today what we're going to focus on is the information that's in the Workforce Professionals Pathway. So I'm going to click on Workforce Professionals Pathway, enter here. I logged in earlier, so normally you just go through your login process. And this is my, my screen. And it might look a little bit different than yours because there's probably some more information than what you may have just because it's at the state level. But that's okay because it's still the same basic information that you'll see on your computer screen or should see on your computer screen. For starters, I want to direct your attention towards the center of the screen. You'll see we do have the Yes icon over to the side, and we have a link that says click here to review the materials. Thank you. Okay, and in the center of the screen, again, you'll see we do have some questions and answers from past webinars. We also have a whole variety of resources that are available for you for outreach, eligibility, and scrolling on down to placement placement at work sites, reporting, and cash requests. And what I specifically want to direct your attention to is where we have these two little green new icons. And what we have here is your TANF reimbursement process and also the cash request timeline. So I already have those downloaded. You can download those to your computer. One of the things I wanted to point out with the TANF reporting reimbursement is that it's really important. It says the process described below must be followed. And so part of that we're going to cover today is simply importing your invoices into Illinois workNet. Now this is helpful because it gives the information, has the information at DCO's fingertips, but it also gives you a record of when you submitted the information and what information you submitted all in one place right at your fingertips. So this is the page that's available to you from the Workforce Professionals Pathway. The other item that I mentioned was the timeline, and I closed that earlier, so let me go ahead and open that back up. And let's see this page, okay? And let me make this larger so that you can see it. Okay. Now this is the timeline. So this is also available on the invoice pages for on the Workforce Pathway. But so you have two ways to see it. It's on the web page, and it's also in this document that you can print out as well. Let's say if you inputted or uploaded your imported your invoices as of today, and it gives you a listing of the dates, the process. It says the grantee receives a cash request 7/31, so that anything entered after today would not be extracted by DCO until the 2nd of August. And so that would mean that, that you would receive the cash request on the 14th of August. So that information is available within the workforce pathway. Okay. So again, we have lots of information that's available on this page. And now I want to take you back to the Workforce Professionals, the home page. When you first log in, this is the page that you'll see. And on the left-hand side, you'll see where it says TANF Y.E.S program. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that link. And on that link, we have information. Again, if I clicked here, it would take us to the page we just left. You can also, if you want to allow pop-ups or navigating between secure and non-secure pages, sometimes you'll see those warnings that come up. Here are some instructions for changing your computer settings to allow those. We have the daily reporting instructions, but what we're going to focus on right now is the click here for invoice import instructions. So we do have the listing of instructions, and we just want to point out that it's just, if you could just simply print these out and just go through them, as long as you follow them, everything will be just fine. And it's really very simple, and you'll see that in just a moment. But I want to highlight that the type of file that you can import is a CSV file. And if you don't know how to create one of those files, don't worry, because I'm going to show you how to do that in just a moment. All you have to do is simply have an Excel format, and then you can save as a CSV. But another thing that's very important is that you need to have all of these column names. It says WE name, employer name, FEIN, and so forth. And they need to be exactly these names. And then you need to have, we have a description here of what goes in each of these columns, as well as the format and a sample. As you scroll down, then you'll see we just have the simple instructions for, you save it to your computer, and then you browse and upload that file and import the data. Towards the bottom, we have a sample file format. So what I can do, I'm just going to click on this link. And this happens to be in a CSV file, but I'm going to go ahead and let me zoom in so that you can see. And I'm going to change this to ABC wholesale and XYZ wholesale. And that way, we can easily identify those later on. Again, when you update this information, you'll obviously put real information in here. So go ahead and update the information, add in your records, and then we'll do a save as. If it doesn't automatically default to the CSV listing, then what you can do is click on the little arrow button, do a save as, click on this little arrow button, and then you just scroll down until you find that option at the bottom listing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save it to my desktop so it's easy for me to find, but obviously you'll want to save it to someplace that's more meaningful than just your desktop. So I'm going to save that document. I'm just going to say yes. Okay, so I can close my document, minimize that document, and I'm back on my home page. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my group. Again, with mine, you'll see lots of different groups because I can see lots of groups, but you'll have your specific groups to choose from. This should look awfully familiar to you. You'll have your Y.E.S daily activities, your worksite information, and then at the bottom we have TANF Y.E.S invoices. So I click on that button, and I have a record of the number of invoices that were imported, and it just says 2 here because I've been using the sample, and so far I've only imported 2 items per import. You can see who has been adding that information. So I'm going to go ahead. We also have the instructions for uploading those files here as well. And anytime you see this little I, we call it an information bubble or instruction bubble, you can click on that link and it'll pop open some instructions or further details related to that topic. So I'm going to go ahead and move forward and click to upload my file. And I'm going to browse to my file. And I believe I saved it on my desktop. So let me just sort by date so I can easily find it. There's my test 4. And now I'm going to upload the file. Once it's uploaded, you'll be able to see the data here. You can see, remember I called it ABC wholesale and XYZ wholesale. So that's the file I just uploaded, and everything's just wonderful. So I'm going to go ahead and click Import Data. And when I import the data, it'll give me a record of how many records that I attempted to upload, how many were successful in uploading, and how many records failed. So then I can close, I have an overview, I can close my import. Now, when I go back to this area, you might think, well, now I want to see what I've imported. This is great. I can see, I entered 2 people each time, but, what are the details? I need more information. So if you simply go over to the left-hand side where it says Invoices, Search and Export, click on that link. Then you will have, again at the top, you'll have some instructions. This is that timeline that I had mentioned that's available at the top of this page. Okay. Then you'll see your group. Again, mine, you see a few more groups, and that's okay. If you don't see that many groups, then that's perfectly normal. Don't expect to. I enter in my dates that I want to take a look at. I can either search or I can export it to a CSV file. So it just exported, and let me go ahead and zoom this in so you can see. So these are the files that have been uploaded so far for this particular location. And you can see the latest 2 that I just uploaded, ABC Wholesale and XYZ Wholesale. So that's how I get to the details, and I have an ongoing record of the information that has been submitted. Okay. So that's our information, an overview, a demonstration, a pretty brief overview. It's pretty simple, but let me go and back to see if you have any questions. I'm going to go ahead, and I can go ahead and share my computer screen in just a moment. And I will also open up the conference call line. So let me go ahead and unmute
Your microphone
everyone.
has been turned on.
So if you have any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask them now or type them into the chat pod. Yeah, looks like we have one person typing. And if I need to do a screen share, I can do that as well. So I just want to give you an opportunity to. I don't have necessarily a PowerPoint. The information is, each of these instructions are on the Workforce Professionals Pathway, but I can also, what I'm also going to do is I'm recording this particular webinar, so this video will be available to you. Oh, is this in their PowerPoint? Okay, what is the name of the info packet for the PowerPoint? I'm not sure. Is this referring back to the Ray's PowerPoint?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what Peggy was, which PowerPoint she was referring to. What is the name of the info packet for the PowerPoint? Okay, yeah, okay. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Well, Ray, did you have anything that needed to be added, or?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Well, if you have any questions, feel free. You can use the forum that's available on this page, on the TANF Y.E.S. Summer Youth page. You can also submit your questions to info@illinoisworknet.com. Um, so anyway, if once you kind of get started and get into it, you might have questions. If you do, just let us know. Other than that, thank you.